What's up, y'all? This is actually, I'm doing a celebration. It's something I call a pre-show. And this is actually an episode to celebrate the episode that's coming tomorrow. So December 20th is going to drop at 8 a.m. The Champions Club podcast with Sailor Brooks. Man, I'm releasing the first episode. And shout out to Spare Room Studios. So this is their setup.
Yes.
Cheryl, Tiffany, thank you guys for letting us come podcast
They're
here.
amazing.
So to celebrate, I got my homie, my dog, one of my best friends on the planet, Jackie, and she doing a little something special for me, and just to kind of celebrate and kick this off, man. But first off, bro, I just gotta say, man, thank you, bro. Not only just being here and helping me with this, but like, man, helping me move, always being in my corner, supporting me, referring me, always talking me up. It's hard to find good friends, bro. So
I agree.
bro, thank you.
Of course.
Thank you. So, man, tell the people what you got for me today. What's going on? What we about to do?
Yeah, so we got some questions for you that I think a lot of people that have known you for a while and have kind of followed your journey
Yeah.
are curious about.
Yeah.
So before we start these, though, I want to make sure that we start this episode off right. So I brought us
Come
a
on.
little bubbly,
Let's
a
get
little
it.
champagne glasses.
Hey.
So we're going to toast
We just
to
say,
Champions Club Podcast.
let's get it.
2026 is going to be a hell of a year.
You ain't lying, bro.
All right.
Oh, my goodness.
All right.
We had to do, hold on, let me go now. Let's get it. I'm straight.
That was good.
Yeah, it was good. It was cool. But before we get this started, I just want to say thank you to everybody. Man, these last 3 years have been extremely hard for me, my family. We done been through some things, and so I actually had this philosophy, and it's a little deep, but if you want something to come into your life, something has to leave. So what does that mean? So for example, like I've been on a spiritual journey, right? Going to church and trying to. I ain't perfect now, but trying to get right with the Lord, right? And so if you want blessings to come into your life, ego and pride and disobedience has to leave. And that's on a deep level, but like for people that's doing their workout journey for 2026, right? If you want to be in shape, junk food, trash food, bad food, did I say fast food already? Fast food has to leave.
Yeah.
If you want a wife, the hoes gotta leave.
They gotta go.
They gotta go, right? So if you want things to come into your life, things has to leave because you can't have both, right? And so I felt like, a few years ago, there was a lot of people around me that did not have my best interest in mind. And I had no clue, right? And eventually, bro, they John Stark me, stabbed me right in the front. He says, bro, take that one. I'm like, another one,
Not in
and
the
I was
back,
like,
in the front.
in the front. Yeah. Hey, come here, bro. Bam, and so and I felt like during that season, I was like, bro, I don't even know if I could trust. I feel like they kind of stole my joy. I'm like, I can't trust people. And it almost made me not be an open person, right? But when all those people left my life, good things came into my life. Good people, good friends. And so now, man, I feel like I've been I've been able to let a lot of stuff into my life that's really good for me. But in order to let the good stuff in, the bad stuff had to leave. So, man, thank everybody that's been supporting me, been in my corner, my new friends, old friends, and everybody that's been uplifting me to do the Champions Club podcast. And because of y'all, I'm about to make sure I'm staying consistent, and this is something that we're going to build together. And I appreciate everybody. So, shoot, I got that out the way. Whew.
That actually just reminded me, like, one of the things that my grandma always used to say all the time was, like, and this was something that was always very important to her, like, if you want to receive, you must give. And I feel like you are one of the people that embodies that quite a bit. Like, you do give a lot, and then you receive in return. And I think that you really understand that exchange of not only energy, but just giving yourself, giving, your other business as well, giving those to companies, and, in return, they want to give you their business, so it's just like, this is one of those other things that you're just like, I'm just gonna give and receive in plenty.
Yeah, yeah. That's what's
So,
up, man. Shoot. Also, before we get started, I just want to let y'all know I just went, I didn't go live, but I just released a reel. The person that won the $75 gift card was a person named Woo Woo on YouTube. So Woo Woo, I'm gonna hit you up. You're gonna win the $75 Amazon gift card. So right now, the Champions Club is at 46 subscribers on YouTube. And at the time that we're recording this, I haven't even dropped a video yet. And I'm mentioning this is because I want people to understand you just have to go do the thing. Like, it don't even have to be perfect. And I put together this 10-day plan to drop this podcast. And the fact that I was asking for subscribers before they didn't even have a video to watch lets you know, bro, you just got to go do it. And so the fact that I got 46 subscribers already and the first episode haven't even dropped, to me is dope.
Yeah.
So if you guys are trying to launch something, you don't need to do step 1, step 2, step 3. Go build excitement and buzz and energy around whatever you're doing, and then ask people to subscribe, ask people to follow before you have anything, because they will, And so, like, I was shocked because it's like, typically this is not what happened. But and I just want to say also with this podcast, like, this is what it's about, just like thinking outside the box, building like personal development, and just like letting people know, like, bro, you actually can go do it. So I just think that's dope. So shout out to Woo Woo, shout out to everybody that subscribed, all my 46 subscribers, and I hope you guys stay rocking with your boy.
Yeah.
Now let's get it. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that, like, going into this, when a lot of people saw that you were dropping a podcast, right? Like, you're doing classes, you're sharing so many great things from your personal experience and learning all of this. But I think one of the big questions that people probably want to know is, like, what inspired you to create this Champions Club podcast?
All right. So, well, first off, I always wanted to be on TV. Like,
We feel that.
yeah. So growing up, I used to watch people like Martin Lawrence, Bernie Mac, Bruce, Cat Williams, like all these great like black comedians, and the way they would go on the stage and talk, and like control the room and hold it down. I was like, bro, I wanna go do that. But being from where I'm from, like all the kids and everybody like in my neighborhood and on my block, we never thought about doing no podcasts or anything like that. And so for me, like, I always wanted to build my own platform. And I think with podcasting, this is the closest thing to being on TV that anybody can go create. Because before, man, you had to go get, like contracted with a network and do all this stuff to be on cable, and you don't need any of that. So this has always been something I wanted to do. I think there was a delay because of my insecurities. I didn't actually go do the thing. So I've been writing this podcast down in my notebook for my goals since January 2024. But because I felt like I didn't accomplish anything great or anything big, I delayed it.
Yeah.
So I told myself, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna drop the Champions Club podcast until I hit 6 figures in my business. And when I went through stuff, like I told you, like, and like, man, being blackballed, people stealing the business name, like my stuff was like going down, burning, and I had to come and go through all that adversity, and that was just one season of my life. But when I looked at everything that I've been through since I've been in this world, a lot of people would not have made it to, and they would have gave up. So I had to tell myself, like, bro, with or without the 6 figures, you already a champion, because a lot of people would have checked out if they had to deal with my situation. They wouldn't have made it. They would have just been like, man, I quit. So everything that I've been through, like, being homeless and going through all these different things, I'm like, bro, you already an example. So I think sometimes we let our insecurities stop us from going out there and helping other people. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do that anymore. So I just said, I picked a date. And this is like whenever you want to do anything and you want to accomplish something, you feel like you got procrastination, pick a date and then keep that word to yourself and then just drop it. It don't got to be perfect. And so, and really what inspired me was because I used to watch, this podcast is actually inspired by 2 podcasts. The first one was The School of Greatness. It's a podcast host. His name is Lewis Howes, and he talks to all these mega millionaires, all these super influential people, book authors, entrepreneurs, all kind of stuff. So these huge figureheads. They come onto his podcast, and then he asked them about like their processes, their mindset, how they knew that they were going to be great, all their losses. And this is what I would watch to do my personal development. Like I would listen to these people and listen to their stories, and I noticed, I'm like, bro, this dude is actually leveraging their expertise in their field of whatever they do, but he's also getting so much game on how to be great and how to battle through adversity. And so I would listen to a bunch of people's stories on his podcast, and I was like, man, bro, I've been through so much stuff in my life where I feel like, and you know me, I can connect with a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I can sit in a chair and do this. You know, I would love to be able to do that. And
Yeah.
so I was like, okay, I check that box. Then it's the Shannon Sharp Club Shay Shay. For me, even though Shannon went through all that stuff, but before all that popped off, I had not seen a black dude on TV that talked with that southern slang and twang, that's fully himself, you know, from the South, use all these, I call them Shannonisms, from the stuff that his grandmama used to teach him and stuff. So I found a person that I felt like was they self on TV. Like, bro, when I think about a black person talking sports on TV, I didn't see Shannon Sharp, you know, and it was always like, they were like black white people, which is cool, ain't no problem with it. But I was like, bro, this dude sound like my uncle. That's why we call him Unc.
He was being authentic.
Right. It was authentic. There we go. Appreciate it.
He was authentic.
He was being authentic. And I was like, bro, this is dope. So when I seen the same time that Shannon went through his thing with the Skip Bayless and them separating and all the other stuff, I was going through the same thing Shannon was going through. And then I see him continue to do Club Shay Shay and how that blew up. I was supporting that. And I was like, bro, I want to have my own Club Shay Shay. So it's like, you know, we had a little drink, you know what I'm saying? We got little drinks and stuff like that. And I want to bring people on. And so with those two things, I was talking to my wife. I was like, hey, I want to do a podcast. And she actually helped me come up with the name. Well, she actually came up with the name Champions Club. So shout out to wifey. Love you, girl.
She's great. We love you, Jennifer.
Yeah, love you, girl. and the thing is, too, and I think that's really why it's really important to, when it comes to chasing your dreams, it's important to keep your word. Yeah. Like I hear a lot of people, males, my wife don't support me. She don't support me. She don't want to back me. She don't want to do this. And it's like, bruh, you don't support you. You want to go do something and you quit in a month. And you know your woman, you lay down next to her. She know you for real, for real. How many times you done told her, I'm going to start this business, and you do all this stuff, spend all this money, and then you flop on it, and then next thing you start to want to do this other thing. Yeah. And so it's like, my wife know, like, when I open my mouth and speak, my actions follow. So it's easy for her to be like, yeah, man, I'll help you come up with a name. I'll help you and do all this stuff. And
then stick with it.
And stick with it, right. And so she gave me the motivation. She's like, you should, you know, like, you qualified to go talk to people. So I would say a combination of all those things inspired me to do it. And it's like, now I had to get out my own way.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. And, you know, I think that you kind of touched on this a little bit, like just answering that one question and then kind of like leading into it. But what did you kind of have to survive personally to like feel confident sitting in on these conversations with people? Well,
I feel like my life has just been so crazy. I've been really high and really low. You know, like I grew up poor in Cleveland, single mom, 6 kids, right? And so I know what being at the bottom of the food chain looked like, you know, and my dad is a convicted felon. And when I would go live with my dad, he was a single dad and 3 kids lived with him. And he paid child support while his kids was living with him. You see what I'm saying? So, and one thing I think is really special about my life is because I've lived in so many different places. Georgia, Alabama, Indiana, you know what I mean? Ohio. Like, I've been around and I've seen so many different people, made connections with so many different people, where when people come and sit to me, it's weird, like they open up. Like, because they know it's no judgment. Bro, I done been through so much, and who am I to judge you? You know? Yeah. And so people, they feel that. And so, and then also a part of my personal brand and like what I do well is I put myself out there. I go share my losses. I talk about being broke. I talk about being laid off. I talk about being homeless and sleeping in my car and all these different things at 19 years old. You see what I'm saying? I talk about literally being beat up and bullied and being a broke, dirty, bummy kid in school. You see what I'm saying? I also talk about the stuff if I'm out there when I went crazy and I'm stepping and thugging and going. I talk about all that stuff, and so I'm just a well-rounded person that understands struggle, that understands also how to come through, like fight through adversity. So I'm not just sitting here on a perch and then people coming and talking about their struggles or talking about adversity, and I'm like, I don't understand any of it. Even if I haven't been through something that somebody's been through, I understand the mentality it takes to get through some of these things. So with that, I was just like, yeah, man, like I'm gonna be the one that's posted up in the chair, bro. And I think people, everything I mentioned, people feel that when they talk to me.
I agree.
I agree too.
Yeah.
Shoot, bro. You know?
Yeah, I think that's one thing that's like really important. And like even when you and I are just like on the phone and stuff, it's just like we can talk about anything. Like you can be like, "Yo, can I tell you something real quick?" Like, "Yo, what's up?" And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
you share something, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, dude, we all been there. Like
yeah,
it's fine,
yeah.
whatever. I won't share those moments
Man, I appreciate it,
for
but
the sake of you."
I'll
But
be real though. Like you are also a person that's like that,
yeah,
because you've been homeless. You see what I'm saying? And you've been through it. So
that's how we bonded.
that's how we bonded,
Yeah.
And so it's like, bro, real recognize real, and you know when somebody's talking like they've been through something, you be like, man, shut your ass up, like get out of here, you ain't went through nothing. But so like, and I look at you as a person that also understands struggle and know how to come through adversity. Like, you telling your story to me, I was like, bro, that's dope. It's not a lot of females out here stepping like that, and then you took a chance on yourself and you won.
Yeah.
I was like, man, my dog. So I'm just as proud as you in your journey. And honestly, like I feel like if you ever decide that you want to do a podcast, you qualified.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got those notes. I
that's
got
what's up.
those ideas.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe one day.
One
Maybe
day.
one day we'll get out there. I gotta get comfortable being uncomfortable again.
Yeah, but I'll support you. Shoot, I'll be a
I
first
know.
guest and everything.
I
Yeah.
know. Well, with that being said, one of the other questions that I had was, do you know somebody who you know their story and you feel like it should have been shared and it just hasn't been shared yet?
I would say my parents, bro. Everything that I am, they built it into me. Like, like I told you, like my mom being a single mom with 6 kids. My mom, she had to raise all of us, and she would talk about how she would have us all, get ready in the morning. She got to walk like 40 something blocks just to drop us off at daycare. Then she had to take 4 or 5 buses to work. And Cleveland is cold, bruh. In the wintertime, my mom, she had her first kid at 14. She dropped out of high school. She had a bunch of kids, man. So a lot of times people look at a woman like that, they'll write her off. But not one time, even though we had to sleep in homeless shelters, we had to sleep in our car, all this other stuff, my mom always kept us all together, and I appreciate my mom because I seen this woman go through everything to raise us, and I was bad as hell. I was the worst out of all my mom's 6 kids. She'd tell you, by far, it wasn't even close. And I've never seen my mom throw in the towel. My mom don't smoke, she don't drink, she don't do drugs. She dealt with everything head on. So I never seen her go to any of these different things to cope with the hard times.
Yeah.
And she just kept it real. Hey, listen, in 3 days, the light's gonna get cut off. We about to go to the store and we about to buy these candles.
Yeah.
Don't you light these candles until nighttime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, hey, in a couple days, the heat about to get cut off. We about to turn this oven on. I gotta open up the oven. Don't you touch that oven. That stuff is hot.
Yeah.
If you get burnt, you can't go to the hospital because we ain't got any insurance.
Yeah.
Like my mom always kept it real, but she kept everybody together and certain sacrifices that she would make. Like I remember, I want to say maybe I was like 5 or 6, and we standing at the bus stop, cold, like in a blizzard, crazy storm, everything. But my mom got to go to work, and in Cleveland the bus is still running, but they late. So we standing here at this bus, and we all freezing. And I remember I was so cold, I started crying, and my mom, we all huddled up like penguins, right? My mama, she unzipped her coat, put her coat around us, bruh. And she's freezing. And I remember she was trying to keep us warm. And I was looking up and she's sitting there. she's shaking and she's crying, just trying to hold on. And she did that for a while, and then the bus finally came. And when I look at that, I was like, bro, the sacrifices that my mom made every day, it wasn't on video. You know what I mean? It's not in the book. She didn't get any kind of recognition for it. Nobody was like, man, you a good mom taking care of all your kids, you know? She never got to tell her story.
It's hard to be a mom.
It's hard, you
That's
know?
a lot of kids.
There's a lot of kids. And we always batted them up, you know?
Yeah.
And my dad, bro, convicted felon. And he's literally making 6 figures a month at a job. And he would talk about, he would go create a job for himself because he had to take care of all the kids him and my mom had, you know? And he never threw in the towel. And so, like, I look at my parents and everything that they've been through. I was like, bro, they never got a chance to share their stories, and they would impact a bunch of people, you know? And so, like, when I look at it, I'm like, man, my parents, bro, they held it down, bro. They did their thing. And so now when people look at me and be like, how are you able to deal with all that stuff? Man, the universe took 2 determined, resilient people, and they messed up because they allowed those people to have babies. I swear, literally like little soldier babies, you know, like seriously, all my family, man, we tough as hell. We don't break, you know, we super resilient. We like roaches. We don't die, we multiply. You feel me? Like
Grit.
that was the
Important.
mentality that we grew up with. My mom, like, hey, one person get in a fight, they better have 6 pairs of hands and feet stomping on them, beating the brakes off of them. Because you fought one of us, you gonna fight all of us.
Yeah.
And we don't even look alike. My older brother, light skinned as hell. He darn near look like you. You see what I'm saying? And so, like, my parents, bro, they really put it down, and they built it up, bro. So I would love one day to get them on an episode and talk with them, man. That'd be dope.
Yeah, because, I mean, if you think about it, like, how many people's stories are like that? You know, there are other people out there who have gone through that or may be going through that currently, and times are hard. You know, they were really hard back then, you know? And so it's just kind of like being able to have somebody like that come and share their story and what they've gone through, and then have those people who are currently going through it, like, they'll be like, oh, it's going to get better.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and we're going to be fine. My kids are going to be fine. Hopefully,
Yeah,
you know.
And I want to say, bro, shout out to my mom because even though she didn't graduate high school, my mom's super intelligent.
Yeah.
Super intelligent, and now she's in college, and she's going to go get degrees and stuff like that. And so I was like, Mom, I'm proud of you because now all her kids is grown.
Yeah.
Now she's going to go chase stuff that she want to chase and that she want to pursue. That's why I said, man, parents make sacrifices that these sacrifices last for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm proud of her. So my Dukes, you feel me? Shout out.
Congratulations,
you know?
Mom.
Yeah.
We're proud.
Super proud.
So one of the other questions that we had was, who were you when you needed this podcast and you didn't have it? Like, who were you at that time?
Man, that's a good question. I would say at that time, I had a really bad temper problem. Like, cause this podcast is really focused on personal development, you know, and it's not just in business or content or whatever. It's literally like in life and in mindset. I would have loved to have a podcast like this when I was like 15 or 16. Man, I could not go down the street, literally the sidewalk, without fighting somebody. I was crazy, you know, and it's because, like I said, growing up being bullied and stuff, it's like two things are either going to happen. You know, you're either going to continue to fold or you're going to become the aggressor. So I would be walking down the street, and if you don't move and we bump elbows, I'm about to knock your block. You know, and I thought that I had to be that way. I would have loved, and it's because my environment was so rough. I would have loved to have a podcast where I could listen to people like me, be like, yeah, man, you know, you don't have to fight every time.
Right.
You don't actually have to go handle that.
Yeah.
You know, you can find other ways to solve issues. You can, even though you were bullied, did you ever think about the people that's bullying you are actually getting bullied themselves?
Yeah. Most of the time at home.
Yeah, it comes from home abuse
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And so, man, I'm gonna have somebody for 2026. Not gonna drop the name yet, but my big bro, you know, he gonna come on. He gonna talk about those kind of things. And I would have loved to kind of listen because I always loved learning. I wanted to grow and develop. But it's like when you in that environment, how do you actually go learn how to get better and how to do personal development? You know what I mean? Like I didn't know about podcasts. I didn't know about
Books, I don't
YouTube.
know.
We didn't read books.
Yeah.
Man, we Cleveland Public Schools, we had old books. Our history books was old. Like when Obama was the president, man, Daddy Bush was in our history books. Not baby Bush, Daddy Bush. You know what I'm saying? Big Bush.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, so and they don't teach us about personal development. We just go with everything is like in
Yeah.
that kind of environment. Hey, whatever everybody doing, that's what we do.
Yeah.
And so, but I came across Lewis Howes' podcast, and it was actually this episode, and this guy was just talking about like how he just had been through so much, and how he was rich and lost it all. And I just started getting hooked, and I was like, man, I want to find more stuff like that. And so, I think if I'd have had this podcast around that time, I probably would have avoided a lot of issues. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that's one of the things that's really great about content nowadays is that you can consume the kind of content that you want to exude.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And as one of my coaches, Omar El Takari, I watch a lot of his stuff, and he said a bar one time. He said, if you want to change what you're putting out, you need to change what you're putting in. And I was like, okay, like, because really you are what you consume.
Yeah, which is also like going back to what we were talking about earlier with the whole like what you give is what you receive and what you receive is what you give.
Dope.
You
Man,
know?
you dropping bars in Hey, let's go, bro. What? Listen, you ready to see? She gonna be a podcast, so I'm telling you, man. That just gave me the chills, bro. What?
It all connects.
Man,
it all
you over here,
connects.
you over here preaching almost, man. Come on, Pastor. I got to give you a fan. You hot right now. Shoot, all right, Pastor.
No. So we kind of touched a little bit on this earlier, like in the first question, but the delay, right? Like what fear did you have that was convincing you that you didn't want to do it, and why did you decide to move anyways?
The fear, I didn't think I was good enough. And
That's everybody, right?
yeah, and what's so crazy because I don't know what people think about me, but when I tell people this, they be like, "You don't think you good enough? Say what?
Yeah.
Man, what you scared of?"
This is the man talking that literally goes into any networking event and introduces himself to every single person in the room without hesitation. And I mean, you got there. You have taken so many steps, right? Like you have done so many things to build confidence. Like one of my favorite stories is when you were a young salesman before you even started selling and you were terrible. I believe your words are, I was booty.
I was. That was I was booty, bro. You ain't lying.
And,
Yeah.
you tell the story about like going to the bar and like, even though you don't really drink, like you went to the bar and you were just practicing on all these drunk people.
I was practicing my pitch on drunk people to build my confidence.
Your pitch just kept going. And, you kept over and over and over again, just continuing to do that. And you were prepared to be rejected by these people. Like this was you like becoming mentally tough and building confidence. And I think that's one of my favorite things. It's one of my favorite stories that you tell. And I don't think you've ever told it on any platform, but it's one of my favorite stories.
Yeah. And you know what? Like, because it does also go back to, growing up, not having a lot, being teased, being bullied, being picked on. So it's kind of like that little thing that's always in the back of my brain. But it's like, if I'm going to go and talk to people that's done great things, shouldn't I have done something great? Right? And I had that in my mind. The reason why I decided to move anyway and do it anyway was because that person over there, you might have accomplished a bunch of business, but like I said, if you come sit in my shoes, you wouldn't accomplish anything.
Yeah.
People can't, I want to say, and be kind about this, 99% of people couldn't live my life and turned out how I am right now.
Yeah.
Like outgoing, vibrant, always high energy, you see what I'm saying? They would have a lot of problems. And like, I do feel like I got a lot of problems, but it don't affect how I socialize and treat people.
Yeah.
So I had to be like, nah, bro, even if I haven't accomplished what they accomplished, they couldn't accomplish what they accomplished living my life.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do it anyway. And if you don't feel like I'm good enough to be a host, you ain't got to be on my show, bro. Deuces.
Yeah, go watch another
Yeah,
podcast.
you can go sit in another chair.
Change the channel.
And the other thing is like I made a promise to myself when I was a kid that it's okay to be scared of things, but I wasn't gonna fear things. You know, scared is an emotion, but fear is in your heart. I'm not gonna die a coward. So for me, if I saw somebody that put fear in my heart, I'm about to fight you. I'm about to give you my best shot. And if I lose, I'm doubling down. I'm coming to see you the next time, bro. Like, and so when I see something I think fear me, that I fear, I gotta go face it.
Yeah.
And so the fear of being judged or the fear of, like feeling like I wouldn't be good enough, I was like, nah, bro, I gotta go prove to myself that I'm good enough. Because if I thought somebody was gonna beat the brakes off me, I had to prove to myself I wasn't a punk.
Right.
And what they say, a coward die 1,000 times before his death. So if you got a dream and you want to accomplish something, but you always play it safe, you're gonna die a coward. If you feel like you're gonna die and it's a bunch of I should have did this and this, that, and the third, and what if, that means you dying with regrets. I'm not gonna have no regrets. Since I grew up taking losses, what's another loss, man? Draw that stuff on the chalkboard.
Yeah.
So if I do this thing and I launch it and I fail miserably, I can tell myself, bro, you tried and you
Yeah.
didn't do it scared. So like, I was like, I got to prove it to myself that I can do it.
Yeah. And that goes into what I was saying earlier about like, I want to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Dropped in bars.
You're good at that though.
Yeah.
Like you're good at putting yourself in situations that you're making yourself uncomfortable for a reason.
Yeah, force yourself
Because
to
you
perform.
want to, yeah, because that's the only way you're going to continue to grow and to continue to produce what you're doing currently.
Yeah. Honestly, I think if you did your podcast, you would do good right off the bat. I don't even think there's no growth. Like, I don't think there's no growth that needs to be done, bro.
You always say,
I'm being dead.
you're like, Jackie, you can do anything.
You can do anything,
And
bro.
I'm like, thank you.
I'm being dead serious, bro. Like the way you holding it down right now as a host.
Thank you.
And you doing good.
Thank you.
She was nervous, y'all. She didn't want to do it at first. She was like, well, I don't know. I'm like, yeah. I wanted to have like a little live studio audience and stuff like that. But like, look how you hold it down. What the problem is?
No, I was like, oh, I'll do the podcast for sure. I got you, bro.
Yeah.
But then you were like, oh, we're going to do a live audience. And I was like, hold on.
Pump the
Hold
brakes.
on here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm chill with you and I don't know if I can do people watching me.
But you're killing it.
Thank you.
Bro, the hostess with the mostest, bro.
I appreciate it.
You cooking.
I appreciate it.
Facts.
You know, like I said, I do have those ideas. But when it comes to, when it comes to this podcast though, like who are you trying to make the podcast for? Like, is it supposed to be for the person who's winning? Or is it supposed to be for the person who is just trying not to quit right now?
It's for both.
I was going to say, is it for both?
It's for both. Because listen to this bar. I'm going to break it down, okay? Just because you're winning don't mean that you've won, right? Just because you're losing don't mean that you lost, right? Just because you're winning doesn't make you a winner.
Yeah.
Just because you're losing doesn't make you a loser.
Yeah.
It's all a mentality. So what I mean is, okay, you are winning. That is something that has to continue.
Yeah, just because you're winning doesn't mean you can't lose.
Right. So yeah, you might be winning in this season, and I'm gonna give you all your flowers, right? Because I want to show people that we appreciate them for stepping out and accomplishing something. Because it's a lot of haters, bro, and I want to put people on. All I do is put people on, right? So if you winning, I'm gonna push you on, but I want you to keep winning because that is a repetitive thing, right? Because just because you win it don't mean that you won. You got a whole bunch of stuff out there that you got to still accomplish, right? Just because you're losing doesn't make you a loser. You took a loss. I was losing all of last year, all of the year before that, and all of the year before that. But I never thought I was a loser because being a loser is a mentality that I'm gonna quit. As soon as you decide to quit, now you're a loser.
Right.
Because you don't have any intention of learning from the loss and flipping it to win. So even if somebody is sitting in this chair and they haven't accomplished what they want to do, I'm gonna give you props for actually coming on here and sharing your story and still motivating other people, because I talk to people whether you establish or not. And I'll tell you, hey man, you might not be winning the way you want to, but you still a winner and you gonna win. So the podcast is really for both. The whole point is, yes, I've been through a lot in my life, but all my situations is not gonna speak to the audience situations. There's a lot of people who deal with a bunch of stuff. I'm only one person. I only live one life.
Yeah.
I want to talk to people who have dealt with wide variety of problems, and then they can speak specifically to a person in the audience who's going through the same thing.
Yeah.
So these are for people who have a champion's mentality. That's why it's called the Champions Club, because bro, once you get in this chair, once a member, always a member, you know? And so as long as you got the winning mindset, pull up a seat and talk to me.
I love that you just like keep teeing me up for my next question.
Come on, bro. Look,
Because my next question was literally like, when you say champion, like, what does that actually mean to you, though?
it's a mentality. Like a champion is not a person who just won one time. It's a person that keeps winning.
Because they
And-
don't give up.
Because they don't give up. A champion is a person that's, even in this losing season, they have enough self-respect and hustle and grind about themselves. I'm about to flip my situation.
Yeah.
It's a mentality of how you handle your business and how you grow and develop as a person. It's called personal development.
Right.
You need to develop as a person. So me getting different people, like I believe there's different categories to personal development. You have financial, you have education, you have spiritual, you have emotional, you have mental. I want to chop it up with everybody that drop stuff in those buckets to give to them. And these people are going to be champions. They're actively overcoming something, or they are already overcame it, but they got a story that can reach people.
Yeah. I love that.
Me too.
You're just trying to feed the hungry.
Come
That's
on,
all.
bruh. That's really what you. I love that bar. Feed the hungry. Come on,
Trying
man.
to feed the
I'm trying to, man.
People's brains are hungry. You just want to feed them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And just
Shoot.
give them something to relate to.
I'm gonna steal that. I'm feeding the hungry. Shoot. Ding ding. Let's get it.
Oh my god, I cannot with your catchphrase. Oh my god. Well, okay, so going into that, right? Like, when it comes to the podcast, what lie about success are you trying to expose?
The lie about success is that you're only successful if you have money.
Right.
When you hear this person, this man or this woman, they're super successful, your brain automatically goes to money. And we associate success with money. That's not success. That's financial success.
Right.
That same man or woman that's financially successful might be a horrible wife or a horrible husband, horrible father, horrible mother, right? And so I am trying to say, like, listen, you can, like a person that's on a spiritual journey, like my big bro Jamel, bro, that man, he has reached spiritual success. And so to me, success is what you accomplish in that category of personal development, right? And so, because at the end of the day, whether you're successful in business, bro, when you die, ain't nobody gonna like you.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody coming to your funeral. You're gonna die on your deathbed alone because you was an a-hole to everybody.
Yeah.
Is that success? Because you got to cross over, bro. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so what I'm looking at is like, I don't want people to think, and this is why I didn't do the podcast, because I thought I wasn't successful because I didn't have financial success.
Yeah.
Now, I will 100% reach financial success. That's why I'm doing this episode, because I'm actually like putting this out there in the future, because I'm speaking into existence, when Champion Club podcast with Sailor Brooks hit 100 episodes, by that time I'm going to have financial success. And I'm saying it right here. I'm putting it on display. Like you said, write that check to myself. I'm planting the seed. I'm doing that right now.
Yeah.
But just because I've reached financial success did not make me successful in my eyes, right? The real definition of success is when you leave here, what did you give to people? If my wife ain't crying, brokenhearted over my casket, I was not successful as a husband.
Yeah.
You know how many people married to somebody and they die? Like, shoot, man, about time. I'm
Life insurance.
You see what I'm saying? Get them out of here, y'all. And they move. You see what I'm saying? To me, successful, like I look at myself as a general, as a chief. Did I make it, and did all my people make it?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And so I have a different, an unorthodox view of what I think success is. But to me, success is accomplishing success in all those different personal development categories. And then ultimately, I want to go to heaven, bro. And I want to look at God and say, look, man, I didn't fold. I was good to everybody. I developed as a person. And when I left, look at all them people that respected me. Be like, hey, big dog, salute, bro. I appreciate you. Appreciate you for what you did on this earth. Can I come in, Jesus?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I wanna just grow in all those categories. So to me, that's really what success is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
Appreciate
great.
it. Appreciate it.
There is everybody measures success in their own way. And one of my this is why I know my husband is the man for me, because
Come on, Kyle. Come on, Kyle. Big dog.
because one of the things that we had asked each other at some point in the beginning of our relationship was like, what if you had to picture something in your mind of what it looks like for you to be like, oh, I made it. This is it. Like, where are you at? What are you doing? What does that look like? And that was our defining of like, we're successful. And so we had literally the same answer. And like, we both were like, oh, it's Christmas Eve. Our kids are asleep. Like, we got the presents that they wanted. Like, we're down here chilling, watching a Christmas movie. Just like, we did everything. We stuffed the stockings. We did all the stuff. And we're just like sitting back looking at like what we have been able to do for our kids and like the joy that we've been able to bring them. And then, that next morning they get to like come down and have all that Christmas magic, and like we get to do that as a family. And we both had that same answer.
That's dope,
and I was
man.
like, that's our definition of success.
Yeah, and that's parental success.
Yeah.
Y'all life mission is blessing y'all kids and giving them probably stuff that y'all didn't have, but a safe, happy home.
It's just something magical.
Yeah, bro, that's dope. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, man, and what's crazy is because me and Jennifer talked about it too. Like, we understand we don't have a lot of dates. You know what I mean? And to be real, I'm gonna drop this on this episode too, right? So listen, when we got married, she wanted a ring from Africa, right? It was like $900. Now that's all I could afford at the time. You see what I'm saying? But I bought it and then she lost it, right?
Oh.
And then I was like, damn. But so now, and then I ended up losing my wedding ring. And a few weeks ago, she was like, I want to get rings again. Because to me, I never really cared about having a ring. You my woman with or without the ring.
Yeah.
Let a dude try to holler at you, I'm split his wheel like cosmetology. You feel me? I'm breaking
Yeah,
necks.
you don't play when it comes to nobody talking to you. You're like, no.
Nah, deuces, get out of my face, right? And so she went to the pawn shop and she was like, I want this ring. I don't want to buy my wife a ring from the pawn shop. You see what I'm saying? But like, it kind of hurt my spirit. I'm like, so I had to put a little down. I couldn't even buy the ring at the pawn shop. I had to put a down payment. Had to put a down payment on the ring at the pawn shop, right? But when we was talking, she was like, I know we don't have a lot of dates. I know we don't, you can't buy me the biggest ring. She was with me when I was sleeping in my car with nothing. So she don't care about my money.
Yeah.
She just loved me.
She just loves you.
You know what I'm saying? So I know it ain't about the money.
Yeah.
But we had a conversation and she was like, we both agreed that our mission is our kids. Like my two daughters, bro, all it is really is for them.
Yeah.
And so like I love that y'all came to that conclusion together because bro, if y'all ain't on the same mission, if we ain't on the same mission, it ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
It's just not. So and then Kyle, bro, big dog, he the perfect man. I swear to God, I wish I was more like Kyle when it comes to like he's understanding, he's patient, he's thoughtful. I'll be like, man, bro, he teach me some things like when I come around him and I see how sometimes y'all like snappy with him, Kyle, all that stuff. And I'll be like, man, leave this man alone, And he's so patient. I was like, man,
He's
that's
a very patient man. You have to be a patient man to love a woman like me. I'm fiery.
Yeah, man, I'll be telling Jennifer, man, quit nagging me, bro, get off my back, right? But learning from him and seeing how he approached situations, I was like, man, I need to take that home with me. So, man, dude, shout out, Kyle. Shout out, man. That's what's up. That's dope.
Yeah. All right, we got like way.
We're on topic, but we vibing. It's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, we went way deep into some other stuff, but kind of my other question was basically just like, what can people expect tomorrow? You know, like what can they expect from the first episode? And then to even piggyback on that, like what are you hoping that they get out of multiple episodes?
Okay, so tomorrow, what they can expect is me really sharing my journey, but I really get deep into, like, man, don't get pushed around. Like, when I was going through everything I was going through, being blackballed, people stealing the business name, all the backstabbing and stuff like that, I felt like a deer in headlights because I wanted to revert to the old version of me. All them niggas,
You can't say that.
man. Well, listen.
I know.
All of them about to get it. You see what I'm saying? And what's crazy, I ain't about to edit it. I'm gonna keep it. But I like, bro, all of them about to get it. I like,
Yeah.
cause they see who I am now and think I'm something to play with. They don't know, bro. You gonna find out, right? But me going back to who I used to be will F up who I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I got kids. And so this shows is like, for all the kids out there that grew up in the street, there's other ways to handle problems. You know what I mean? And so like I had to get creative and beat people with strategy.
Yeah.
And to come out on top. And now, hey, bro, everybody back up off me. And if anybody come over here, they know, man, that dude, we're going to have our hands full with him. And that was me really saying like, okay, I can now successfully handle problems without violence.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, because really, and I'm learning, like I said, my spiritual journey, but I am an ultra violent person. I'm cool as hell. Bro, cross that line, you can get your head cracked, because that's how I grew up, right? Yeah. But it's like, when you have a family, when you have a wife, and you got kids that depend on you, you putting your hands on somebody is selfish, because if you go to prison, who's going to take care of your family? And really, they want me to go to jail. Yeah. Like I said on the clip that I released, man, they white people. If I put my hands on them, they're going to be like, yup, hey, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Man, Your Honor, he done blacked my eye. I can't see. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna come, their arm going to be in a cast. They're going to be like, man, listen, man, I can't see.
No.
They're going to play it up. And the thing is, it's like, bro, the people that was messing with me, they're like, they're the kids that go to the park, push somebody off the swing, and initiate the fight and be like, don't punch me, don't scratch me, don't hurt me, I'm going to go tell the teacher.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of people is. It's a lot of Karens and Darrens. And really, they go out here and they move like they don't got consequences for their action, because nobody really beat the brakes off of them. So they grew up their whole life messing with people and don't know, bro, I will pull up on you and get everything stretched.
I know.
But since I have kids and since I don't want to go to hell, it's like, man, you can fight them, just do it a different way.
I know, and I think it's so funny that we're having this conversation right now.
Because I know how you get down. Hey, bro, come on, bro.
Because I agree, yeah. But also, like, we've had this conversation before. Like, as you were going through these things, like, we were having these conversations on the phone. Like, you'd literally call me up and be like, this is what's going on. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah. Man, I really want to depress people. And then we have
to literally talk about it. Like, yeah, you got kids. You can't do this. Like, we got to do this professionally. Yeah. And, like, you're like, I just want to tell them F you, Yeah. And I'm like, you can, but professionally.
See, because you really get at that. So I'll tell you this. I actually did pull up on him. I think I told you. Did I ever tell you? Okay. I pulled up on bro. He was going to the business. I was out there waiting for him. And as soon as he walked up to the door, I came out the cut. He like he's in the deer in headlights. It took everything out of me to not beat the brakes off this dude, man, because they done played me out of money, they done slandered my name, all this other stuff, and you ain't never seen me face to face. You did all those long distance moves. I'm right here with it. Was good with you. And I literally told him, I said, look, man, leave me the F alone, because the next time I'm not going to understand. You ain't going to want to see my face again, Yeah. And I felt like that's where I had to take it in order to let them know, like, bro, it's actually another element to this.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, bro, you a politician, bro. Your cops ain't here. Your lawyers ain't here. You see what I'm saying? They can't say you right now if that's what it escalate to, because people don't understand, bro. Once you push people, you don't, to me, like, if I know people who died for stepping on somebody's shoe on purpose.
Yeah.
Right? And so to that person that felt disrespected, who are you to tell that person what's necessary when it come to escalating stuff? To them, if they killed you for stepping on their shoe, they thought it was necessary.
Yeah.
That's where I come from. This is why I'm so mindful about how I treat people. I give my respect first. Excuse me, bro. Excuse me. My bad. Sorry. Hey, because I don't want to disrespect people. I don't want to bother people because I know where I'm from. Man, people, just because you talk about somebody and you over here gossiping, now you in the casket. You got your ticket punched because that's how it is where I'm from, right? And so the point I was making was like, hey, man, I don't want to have this conversation again. If I pull up on you, it's going to be the real thing. I felt, when I told my wife that I did that, I actually felt bad afterwards because I knew that these people got me to a point where if I didn't have enough self-control, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
Yeah.
And it was like, why? Why even put myself in that predicament? And I can jeopardize everything. You see what I'm saying? And so,
But it is a testament to how much you've grown. It is a huge testament, like to what you were talking about earlier, of like where you come from, and like all the things that you had to go through. Like it's a testament to show how much growth you have and how much self control you have, because that's something that's so hard to break and so hard to get out of, and the amount of patience you have to build in yourself to be able to do that.
what helped me? Because
I had to get there too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Man, look, I always say, because I know how you get down. I know you don't play no games. But when I pulled up on that dude, my daughter was in the back seat. And so it's like, he was right there, and he almost looked like he wanted to, when I pulled up on him, he almost looked like he wanted to smirk. I'm about to break this dude's jaw, punch his head right off his shoulders. But then I was thinking, or you can get back in the car and drive your daughter to daycare. You see what I'm saying? So I had that in the back of my brain. Thank God that I did. And I wasn't even, at that time, I don't even think I was supposed to be taking her. It's just how everything kind of played out with the morning routine. Yeah. And that kind of was like an anchor for me. But so I did feel bad that I had ever got to that point. But I almost, in a weird way, felt like, hey, you actually did accomplish something. You were able to confront somebody. Because if two men got a problem, it's going to be confrontation.
Yeah.
It don't mean they got to lead to violence, And so I'm like, bro, this is the first time ever in my life where I was able to have a conversation, if you want to call it that, with somebody.
You were able to use your words.
If you want to call it that.
Props to you.
Yeah. And might not have been nice words, but I used them.
Yeah.
And it didn't escalate the violence.
Yeah.
I've never done that because, bro, if you look at any young black dude that's 26 where I'm from, man, I got played out of $10,000.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of, they about to come see you and it ain't gonna be nice.
Yeah.
At my age, where I'm from, these people wouldn't even be able to walk around for 4 years when we talk about that kind of money. They would have been over with, right?
Yeah.
And so like I was
have
like,
you never seen a movie?
Right. Yeah.
You don't know what's gonna come to you.
Like that, and where I'm from, and at the time I needed that money. But I always was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do this because I gotta take care of my kids. I gotta take care of my family. I'm gonna ignore them. But then I would talk to people and I'd be like, my big bro Rob, I said, Rob, you a grown man, bro. How many times do somebody gotta play with you as a man before you show them that you're in the game? 4 years? I think I have done amazing for 4 years. And I'm like, but bullies, they're gonna keep bullying you until you punch them back. Yeah. You actually gotta beat a bully's ass 10 times worse than he beat your ass. Yeah. So he'll never come back. Like, it's gonna be a lasting memory. Hey, man, if I go over there, he gonna do me 10 times worse. So it's like all the moves that I made, whether it was going live or doing anything, it's like, bro, I had to squash them so bad that they just be like, I don't want no problems. I'm gonna go over here. Yeah. And it's like, it shouldn't even have got to that point. But now I feel like I'm moving on to a new chapter.
Yeah.
And like I said, all that stuff exited my life. Anything that came into my life this year, been nothing but blessings. Since I've got past that situation. Like, and I know it's kind of off topic, but my siblings, I told you I haven't talked to them in 10 years. My big bro Jamel, he was like, Selah, the reason why you feel stuck in your life is because you holding on to something, bro. I don't even know what it is. And he was like, it's probably your siblings. You need to call your siblings. You need to apologize. You ain't talked to them in 10 years, man. Just do the right thing and forgive people.
Yeah.
When I called my sister and all my family members and said, hey, I know it's been 10 years, but I want to let you know that I forgive you and I hope that you can forgive me as well. I swear to God, it's like God opened the floodgates. $1,000 photo booth bookings, $900 photo booth bookings, people sending me checks in the mail. I mean, I woke up one day and money was all up in my bank account. Whoa, bro, where this come from? Now, I ain't about to call a bank and tell them,
Yeah.
hey, I got this money in my account, don't know where it came from. But man, it's like I go everywhere, man. I've been getting blessed. Now people starting to see me elevate in my podcast and all this stuff. It's like I had to get all that negativity and bad stuff up off me out of my life, and now it's like I'm about to take off, and it ain't even a secret. It's like I had to let all that pain go, all the anger go. And now it's like I feel like I can, for 2026, I can step into my greatness and I don't have to worry about beefing with people and doing all that crazy stuff. I can actually just move forward and then do my thing. So it's crazy. I'm
And then
excited.
like 5-10 years from now, it's gonna be such a blip on your radar, and your life's gonna be completely different.
Yeah. Our life gonna be different.
Because of all the hard work that you put in, though.
Yeah, but our life gonna be different.
Our life is gonna be different.
You, Kyle, oh man, we all going to the top.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll be there,
dope. So
holding you up.
appreciate it, bro. Man, my dog. See, that's why I keep her around, man. She look, hey, y'all see she got the clapping, Yeah, man, you're a real one. You're a real one.
What did you call me? You called me something a little while ago. You said, "Oh, you're just my light-skinned sister." That's what
sorry.
I hope so. I hope you move. I'm helping you do a lot of stuff. I always got your back.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. And I feel like this is why it's so dope that we able to do this and have this conversation. One, because we get to hang out since you had your new one,
Yeah.
But also it's like, because since you've been there for all these different phases.
Well, and I feel like we have a lot of these conversations on the phone.
Right.
So we talk about this stuff on the phone all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you've seen.
But now we get to actually share a lot of the epiphanies, conversations, like a lot of the intricate stuff that we talk about.
Yeah, yeah, and I feel like it's dope, man. I'm just glad that I'm getting that bad luck chuck off my back. You see what I'm saying? And especially like what I think what was really big for me is when I called my sister, and I will say this: when you trying to cut people off or don't want to talk to people and you holding grudges, what you think that they actually not thinking that at all. I'm gonna break that down, right? I thought since I cut my family off and I didn't talk to them for 10 years that they all hated me. Man, F that dude. If you're gonna be like that, I don't want to talk to you, blah, blah, blah. Because they ain't see pictures of me, they ain't see pictures of my kids. Like, all right, bro, when I ghost you and I'm done with you, man, shoot. You won't see me, hear from me, and I stand on that. Once you over there on that line, because I'm a loyal person, if you repay my loyalty with disloyalty, you over there. And I'm done with you, right? I thought they hated me. But when I called my sister and I apologized, she said, Sayla, I was never mad at you. I actually understood why you did what you did. And honestly, it hurted me more that you didn't even talk to me.
Yeah.
I just wanted my little brother to come home. That's what she told me.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, this whole time I thought anybody that I called from my family, they was like, bro, we never was mad at you, bro. We just wanted you to talk to us. Yeah. You left, you ain't tell nobody goodbye. At the time, I haven't seen my mom since I was 16.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I haven't talked to them since I was 16. I'm 26.
Yeah.
So they was like, we just wanted our brother to come home, bro. Like, you all out in this world, all this other stuff, you handling all this stuff alone, we would have had your back, bro. We love you, man. Just come home. Now, I'm not going home because Cleveland is crazy. But again, what you think that they think, they actually not thinking that at all, bro. It's actually like the devil just like playing with your thoughts and stuff like that. It's like, it's all internal.
Yeah, it's like your brain is telling you a story that
Yeah, it's like
nobody
fabricated.
told you.
Yeah, right.
They're like, I know you told me this story, and your brain's like, yeah, they did tell you that story, but then they're like, nah, we didn't tell you that
Right,
story,
yeah,
bro.
it's like I felt crazy.
Yeah.
For 10 years, but I am disciplined. You know what I'm saying? I am.
Yeah.
When I make up my mind, that's the decision.
But you know what? That's just what you had to do. That's what you had to do to get where you are now, and maybe that was supposed to happen so that you can go through what you needed to go through and become a stronger person and do what you needed to do.
Yeah.
And now you're in a better place where you can be not only a good husband and friend, but brother.
Yeah, sure.
And uncle or whatever.
Yeah, they had kids.
Yeah.
I talked to my one nephew, CJ. He was like, "Hey, Uncle Selah." Well, I'm like, "What's up, little bro?" He was like, "Where you been at?"
We're even a kids, I tell you.
I was like, I had to go on like a little personal journey, so I've been going for a long time. He was like, how'd that go? Like,
How'd that
I
go?
was like, it's all right. But it's like, they've been telling him about me the whole time, but he probably thought I didn't want nothing to do with him. So
Yeah.
now I got to repair that relationship. And when you think that, like when you think you're hurting somebody, you actually hurting somebody's,
Yeah.
plural.
Yeah.
You know, you're not messing with that. It's a whole bunch of stuff that was messing up. Now I got to hang out with my little nephew that I ain't never seen. You see what I'm saying? And he 10.
Yeah.
So I was like, dang, bro.
You don't have to repair. You just have to create with him. You just got to
Facts.
create. That's all.
Facts. Yeah. Shoot. But I don't know if you got any more questions. But
I don't. I think that's it.
cool. Man, this is a fire podcast, man.
I'm
So
excited.
this is gonna be dope, man. I'm dropping this tonight.
I'm excited to see all the people you're going to have on here.
Yeah. There's gonna be some good people, man.
There's somebody I have in mind that I'm hoping comes on here, but I don't want to say it
Okay.
on this.
Yeah, but get them on.
Offline, we'll talk about it.
Get them on here, bro. And it's crazy. So I drop a little tidbit. So I have my big bro Rob. I call him Mr. Positivity. So shout out RC Community TV. He literally changed his life through the power of positivity.
That's true. I love Rob.
Yeah,
Rob's great.
yeah, you know Rob. Yeah,
Yeah.
man, dude, positive dude.
Anytime I see Rob, he always makes me feel like I'm just the sun.
Yeah, he make
The
everybody
sun
feel
of
like
his
that.
world.
Man, I swear to God, man, I work with him, man. When he walk into a room, everybody light up.
Yeah.
That's how you know, because I observe people. That's how you know somebody is loved. When you see people come into a room like here go this, you know.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah.
He's just so kind.
Yeah.
He's so kind. He's so supportive. I can't wait to
Yeah.
see him on this.
So
pod.
that episode is actually dropping after my episode.
Okay.
So we're gonna have Rob on there. I had a conversation with the guy. I don't say his name because I want to, don't drop everything. But he talked about just fighting like alcohol, and drinking and drug abuse and all this other
Vices.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's like, man, people, I want this to be a place of truth and growth.
Yeah.
You don't have to hide, bro. I ain't hiding.
Yeah.
Like let's come out here and let's open up to people. So it's gonna be some good stuff on here, man, and all in the spirit of personal development and helping people. And so it's gonna be dope. So make sure y'all check it out. It's dropping tomorrow at 8 a.m. This was the celebratory episode, man. This is the episode to pop off and kick off the episode,
Yes.
man. I think we killed it, bro. Seriously,
so.
man. You did your thug thizzle.
Thank you.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah. So,
Appreciate that.
man, with that being said, bro, we gonna sign off. Please like, share, and subscribe to the Champions Club podcast with Selah Brooks. And I see y'all, man. See you when I see you. Y'all ain't gotta leave. Well, we ain't gotta leave, but we gotta get the hell up out of here.
Yeah.